Hello? Do I have the right number for Sarah Bradley?
Yes, you do.
Could I speak to her?
Not at the moment.
It's rather important that I do. If I ring back in a few minutes?
Afraid not. She won't be back until tomorrow afternoon. Who is this?
Irene Miller from Rosemary House. That's Mr. Bradley, isn't it?
Hello, Miss Miller. Yes, Tony Bradley. Has she had another fall? What's she broken this time?
There was a pause, and he wondered whether he had sounded a little too irritated, a little too offhand. It's not that, Mr. Bradley. I should really speak to Sarah. She's the named person, and Does she have a mobile?
She's at a show in London. He glanced down at his watch, almost 9:30, and I expect she'll have the thing turned off as usual. What's this about?
Well, in the absence of your wife, Mr. Bradley, I should tell you then. Joan has passed away this evening. I'm sorry to be the bearer of such dreadful news, and I'm sorry to pass on to you the responsibility of telling Sarah. It's come as a shock to us all here.
Tony Bradley held the phone away from his ear for a moment and looked at it as if it had developed a fault. Eventually he heard a tiny, disembodied voice asking him if he was all right.
"Passed away? How? We only came to see her this morning. She looked right as rain. What happened?"
"We don't know, Mr. Bradley. It wasn't a fall. One of the carers found her sitting in her chair and thought she'd fallen asleep, but the doctor is on her way, and the police are here already."
"The police?"
"It's the procedure with any sudden death, Mr. Bradley. Don't read anything into it."
"It's sudden, all right. If anything, she seemed better this morning. God knows what Sarah will say. If she'd had another fall... Was it her heart, then?"
"I really can't say. She was 78, with various conditions. I'm very sorry, Mr. Bradley. We will all miss her. I don't know what else I can say. It's up to the doctor now to tell us how this happened."
Another pause. He had not drawn the blinds across the back window. The small, cold garden beyond it was invisible. He could see only the streaks of rain across his own dark reflection. "Yes, I'm sorry to ask stupid questions. It's the shock, isn't it? You don't know what to say. I'll send a text and a voicemail to Sarah. Tell her to ring me as soon as possible. She'll get a train or a taxi or something. They went on a coach, pantomime, Puss in Boots. And I'll call her brother Jeff. He'll have to drive from Wrexham."
"Will you be all right, Mr. Bradley? I know she wasn't your mother, but we get close to people, don't we? Is there anyone you can call on?"
He pulled the blinds and then sat down at the desk they used to sort out the bills and VAT receipts. "No, I'll be fine, Miss Miller. It just comes as a shock when you hear it. But as you say, she was getting on and not in the best health, I suppose. You must have 100 things to do. Can I just ask what happens next? I mean, tonight?"